Good evening and welcome to BSC TV station. I'm Danielle Graham.
And I'm Natalie Maloy, and you are watching Bengal News.
In local news, as of today, New York has a new tobacco and e-cigarette law stating that 18 years old can no longer purchase tobacco or e-cigarettes products in New York State. You now have to be 21.
This was according to Governor Cuomo dating all the way back to January 2019. He states, "The goal of this law is simply to prevent cigarettes and vaping products from getting into the hands of our youth, creating an addiction to a deadly habit."
A boat that was grounded in a shallow near Niagara Falls since 1918 became dislodged on Halloween night and moved downriver about 100 feet.
According to the USA Today, the development was reported by Niagara Parks and Agency of Government of Ontario, Canada. The agency says the boat and iron dumping scow became stuck after an incident on August 6, 1918, where the barge broke loose from a tugboat.
Two men were rescued in a joint effort between the U.S. Coast Guard and local authorities. The men opened dumping doors in the bottom of a barge in a successful attempt to slow the boat from being carried away by the current, the agency says.
Until it was recently discovered, the boat has remained about 1/3 of a mile from the edge of the Horseshoe Falls and about 1/10 of a mile from Canadian shores.
In national news, President Donald Trump signed the Autism Collaboration Act into budget a couple weeks ago, which allocates $1.8 billion in funding over the next 5 years to help people with autism spectrum disorder and their families.
The funding, which backs autism research and autism-related support programs, will also prioritize grants for rural and undeserved areas.
Nearly 500 prisoners have been freed in the U.S. state of Oklahoma in what is said to be the largest such release in U.S. history.
Earlier this year, Oklahoma lawmakers passed a measure with bipartisan support to make it easier to review the sentences of inmates whose crimes would be classified as lesser offenses if charged today.
Millions of people in India have been warned to stay indoors to avoid the toxic smog that has covered the city of Delhi. Flights have been diverted because of poor visibility, and some schools have been closed. In the sporting world, British driver Lewis Hamilton is celebrating his 6th Formula One world title after being victorious in the 2019 championships at the US Grand Prix. Hamilton is now the second most successful F1 driver of all time, just after the German driver Michael Schumacher. Closer to the home though, Buffalo State men's hockey goalie Emil Norman has been named Sonny's Athletics Men's Hockey Goalie of the Week. After an impressive performance in his first collegiate start, the freshman aided the 2-1 overtime victory over Nichols College. The next home game for the team is on Friday, 22nd of November at 7 p.m. and is free for students to go and watch. The wait is nearly over. The Crown returns to our screens later this month. But with the new Queen, Oscar winner Olivia Newman has taken over the role from Claire Foy, who won a Golden Globe and an Emmy for her role as Queen Elizabeth II. The third season will arrive on Netflix on November 17th. Okay, last up, NASA are taking biscuits to space? Yes! Space experts are sending an oven to the International Space Station for astronauts to bake chocolate chip cookies. It's all part of an experiment to test the impact of high heat and zero gravity on the shape and the consistency of the biscuits. Another bit of space news. European company Space Cargo Unlimited has launched 12 bottles of wine into space to study the age process of wine when it's affected by microgravity. Though it seems like this first-of-a-kind trial could lead to a space-stage vino, the company claims it's more focused on the research.
My name is Danielle Graham.
And I'm Natalie Maloy.
Jess Stoddard.
And you're watching Bengal News.